third and why that feeds into this first goal explanation.
Yeah, I think the first goal really show what I'm talking about, being aggressive inside the box. I think when Mbappe get the ball on his feet and he's facing the defender and he's inside the box, it's impossible to touch him here because he's so quick. And that is being aggressive for me. Determined aggressivity, and then the quality of the way he scored the goal with his inside right foot was just unbelievable. And that is being determined and being aggressive, and it was a really good goal from Mbappe.
And when, Ian, you're a striker in form, everything happens instinctively and quickly, doesn't it? You almost don't have to think about what you're doing.
Yeah, obviously we saw he's up against a forward, but I think even if he's up against a defender, he's going to try and show him in the left-hand side. He's so quick. I'm not sure how you do that, but at the same time, it's once he's done the step over, it's the 1-2 touch that's just too quick, because we're talking about a real condensed space what he's working in, and he's moving at such a pace, and it's all in control. It's beautiful to watch, Poogs. It's beautiful.
When football's played at its best, it looks a simple game, doesn't it? Because you pass and move and you do it so quickly. The second goal, just simply brilliant and ruthless.
Absolutely ruthless, that's the right word. Honestly, you talk about being in pockets, but then you talk about driving forward, passing forward, running forward, and then just, I use the word devastation. It's very difficult to defend against these four. They're incredibly special, and it's emphatic. Everything they do is emphatic. It's, yeah, absolutely brilliant to watch. The best performance so far in the tournament. Look, there's a long way to go, but you'd be looking at them now thinking, you'll let yourselves down if you don't win this. Yeah. Because they're so far ahead at the moment of where the other teams are in terms of level. 4 games to go before they get to the final, but look.
No, but like Patrick said it at the start, it will come down to their self-confidence, and if they self-destruct, which you can't see, they look too focused. But what's going to happen? Are people going to have to start trying to like man-on-man with Elise to stop him? You saw how easy...
But you couldn't, because then other people have more space, don't they? That's the problem.
So how do you stop it? It's going to come down, they can only stop themselves. But
Sweden have got £250 million worth of strikers on the pitch today with Isak, Gyökeres and Elanga. And look, they've had moments, but they've almost not been anonymous in a game of the other 4 strikers that France have got, and that's a decent strike force that Sweden have.
And the third goal, did it remind you of somebody you played with? It certainly reminded Gary of somebody you played with, the way that Mbappe comes off the left and finishes it in this manner.
Yeah, I think that's just looked like a Thierry Henry finishing, and it looked like you have Dennis Bergkamp on the ball. He will run with the ball on the left-hand side, and he loved going from the left-hand side. But, you know, when he give the ball here from Odyssey, he keep running. And then here he find the players in behind, and it's just the connection between those two players, the quality and giving the ball at the right time from Olise here. And then you see here the first touch, he opened the angle, and then just to finish like Thierry.
He got it slightly wrong in the first half and was offside unnecessarily, wasn't he?
Just watch his movement, though. Just watch his movement. Then he just steps back on side and then bang, it's gone. Yeah. And honestly, it is world class, everything about it. And look, we've mentioned Elise, we've mentioned Dembele, we've mentioned Cherki, all these little players. He is a level above this guy. This is something absolutely.
So he's a level above those 3?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
I mean, noticeably a level above them.
And then this image here, by the way, this image now should sort of terrorise. Look at that, those 4.
That'll be on the front page of L'Equipe, won't it, in the morning, the French sports paper, won't it? Yeah. And poor old Doué could be in there, because he's damn good as well.
Yeah, and I think this is the options that the manager had, because I think he went with Barcola today because he liked to run in behind so he can stretch the Swedish team. And you will play against a team who come to press you, or a team who has a deep block. You're always going to find the solution because of the quality of the players.
I know it's late night at home. We're having a big French love-in here, aren't we? But it's impossible not to. Because actually, lots of people watching will love football anyway, but lots of people watch the World Cup and it's the only football they watch. Yeah. And you would say, watch this, whatever happens, watch this team. We can't say they're going to win.
I can't remember the last time.
But watch this team.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time we watched the World Cup where a team is so dominant from the off.
Yes.
You know, I mean, Patrick, you said it from the start that you feel that they'll win it, and you watch the other teams that are involved, and no one's come anywhere near this level. You know, you look at Argentina with Messi, and obviously he's doing some great stuff with them, but as a team and the dominance of this French team, you do look at it and you think, how are you going to stop them? Who's going to stop them? It's going to be...
It's interesting watching the games, Ian. I was watching the Spanish game the other night with Juan Mata, and he started off quite relaxed, but then he got a little bit tense when he saw how they were playing. I'm a nervous wreck when I'm watching England play, just naturally because of the fact that I was watching Patrick in the first half, and we were literally saying that Sweden, we were winding him up saying Sweden are doing well, Gyökeres is doing well. He went, just relax, this is a matter of time.
He had a big cigar on, he was absolutely fine.
This is at 0-0 when Sweden are getting half chances. He just sat there, he was so chilled around everything.
No, but we are talking about a really good generation here, and I believe that generation is as good, if not better, than the one in '98. Because even in '98, when we we managed to win the World Cup, but we went through really difficult games. But this generation look like they are controlling the games. There's so much talent.
Patrick, I say this gently. England had a really good generation and it didn't quite happen. So just because you have a good generation doesn't mean it always wins, does it?
I don't know if we had anybody. I don't know if we had anybody at the helm like that. If
well, that's a different debate, isn't it? Who we had at the helm. But you know, but that brings its own pressure. You know how good this generation is. They know how good they are. That brings an awful lot of pressure that you feel like we got to win, because if we don't, anything other than winning is failing. Oh, yeah. That's the truth, isn't it?
That is the truth. And we're talking about players who every day they plan to win the Champions League or domestic league. And then you have a manager who is really experienced. He won everything.
Yes.
So I think all the ingredient is there for them not to lose this kind of connection they have.
They've also got, Mark, those memories of Qatar. We were there, stood at the end, when Kolo Muani goes through and time stands still. And France could already be World Cup winners, and some of these players could have more medals around their neck. So they've got that sort of, that real sort of impetus now to think we've got to put that right.
And Gary, and their manager, what their manager's been through, they want to send him off with something.
Of course they do.
You know, absolutely. So there's so much in their favour. It's quite sickening.
It's absolutely. But as you're quite right, Mbappe wants to win 2 World Cups and the Golden Boot and beat Messi's record, and for it all to go along with the fact that he scored a hat-trick in the last World Cup final, they didn't even win it.
At 27,
and he's still 27.
You know, at 27, you know, you might probably looking at maybe Messi might be his last, but you're looking at Mbappe, he's probably got, and he could maybe play another 2.
Exactly.
Patrick said about maybe the danger before the game is complacency or maybe getting overconfident. I genuinely don't see that. I think Mbappe's ego is such that he needs this so badly.
The fact that the German football is not at the level that we all expect it to be. They would still expect to beat Paraguay.
Yes, I think they should win this game without going to the penalty shootout. But when you're looking at the first game, the second game, I don't think they were quite really convincing. And I'm not really surprised they're out of the competition because they didn't play really good football. I think there's a lack of talent. And this is one of the reasons why they're going home.
Now this takes a little bit of time to absorb, especially late at night. So we'll leave it up for a little bit. It's like one of those maths equations you can't really work out. But Paraguay and France top left, as you can see, playing in the next round. Canada and Morocco as well. Brazil and Norway top right. Mexico are about to play Ecuador, as you can see, and they would play the winner of England against DR Congo. So the fact that France on the left. You've got potentially Morocco, you've got potentially Portugal, you've obviously got potentially Spain. But you look at that side in and you think, wow. There's no, if you are French, there is nobody on that side of the draw at the moment. Of course, Spain could find some form, Portugal could find some form, but at the moment, but
but France in this form, you know, I'm sure they'd be more worried about playing against France than they would be about playing against Spain or Portugal. But like, you know, at the moment, of course, it's only on France, I think, now to get to the final. It's only if France have a total capitulation, which I can't see, when you look at all the factors around them, for them to go on to win it. I can't see what's stopping them at the minute.
The only team I can see stopping France right now, just purely it's because of the mentality is Argentina, because of the nastiness and the horribleness and the experience. That's the only team I can see that have got that unity right now that I think could stand in front of France. Look, something may emerge. England, Spain, Portugal. We may see a step up, but let's hope so.
We could have back-to-back, same finalists like we did in 86 and 90. France play Paraguay.
And it was a moment where we needed really to score the goal because we didn't want it to go to penalties. And we saw the cross from Robert Pires, the header from David Trezeguet, and as a central back, Laurent Blanc with the good finish.
You might get the same sort of game, actually, won't you? Because they are, you know, and I mean this is a compliment, they are tough and hard to beat Paraguay.
They are tough. It was a tough game, and I think this is the spirit and the mentality. It's a hard teams to play against. And we will expect them to be really streetwise a little bit. and to defend really, really well.
Let's hear from Aurélien Tchouameni, the French midfielder. Here he is with Semra Hunter back at the ground.
Aurélien, congratulations first and foremost. A resounding victory, and you're through to the next round, of course.
Yeah, sure. It was a tough game, but we wanted to come here to win this game, and we did it. So we have to recover and get ready for the next one.
France are the top scorers in the tournament at the moment with 13 goals. You have one of the best defensive records as well, with just 2 conceded. Everybody's looking at you and thinking you're the most formidable, unstoppable team of the moment. Do you guys feel the same way? Is this something that you discuss amongst yourselves?
We know what we're able to do as a team, offensively and defensively, but quite frankly, we stay focused on what we have to do as a team. You know, we don't really pay attention to what's going on outside, and we just have to keep pushing and look forward. You know.
There was a really beautiful moment. I can only interpret this. You'll have to confirm it for me. After the first goal, the whole team going to hug Didier Deschamps after what he's been through with the loss of his mother, leaving and coming back today. Is that something that you had in mind today, playing for him?
Definitely. We know that the coach is going through a lot. You know, we're going to try to give everything to make him as happy as possible. And today, I think we did our job.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And best of luck. Bonne chance.